we're here now. So, okay, I'm so excited for this video, you guys. I can't even begin to tell you. Hello, sinners, and hail Sappho. It's your hostess with the mostest Narcissa and this is a new video. This is a different type of video that I'm filming today. I'm very, very, very excited to share this with you all. This is actually going to be a two-part video. I am doing art now. Woo! Welcome to the first of what I intend to be many more art projects like this. You know, it's funny because I've been on such a Good Omens kick that I feel like it almost would have made sense if I had started this video like doing a Good Omens art project, but no, this is actually completely different. I have been on such a journey thanks to like fanfic and stuff like that, and I have been obsessed with what I can only describe as a pairing so non-canonical that they barely have a minute of total actual interaction in the show, which, I mean, frankly, if you ask me, is a shame, but we're not going to get into my thoughts on that. And I am speaking, of course, of the ship, which is called Radiodust, which is Angel and Alastor from the show Hazbin Hotel. It's honestly just taken over the entirety of my brain. So I'm starting this painting with sort of a old project that I had already used before, but I didn't really like how it turned out originally. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna make this as like the base of my Alastor painting. So I decided to mix together these colors that I thought would be appropriate for Alastor. So mostly just red, different shades of red, and then some black and white. I feel like the white kind of gets eaten up in this, but ultimately I just love how this came out. I absolutely love the look of this. I think it ended up so much cooler than I expected. I was a little bit nervous because, as you'll see later in the video, some of the blue from the original kind of painting does pop through, and I was like, oh, I don't like this. It doesn't look good. But then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, you know what? This kind of gives me the vibe of like Alastor's Bayou, how it's kind of like in the background. It's this whole thing. I don't know, just something about it I think ended up working out really well. And so I'm super proud of it. Then, of course, we have Angel. Honestly, truly, one of my favorite characters from the show. I mean, I love them both equally. I could not possibly choose. But there's something about Angel's character that he's just so... I can't even describe it. I just love him so much. I want the world for him. Like, I am worried sometimes watching this show that I'm like, I want to protect him at all costs. I made a joke. I was like, if I had a nickel for every time there was an angel on an Amazon show that I wanted to protect at all costs, I'd have 2 nickels. And of course, I mean Angel and Aziraphale. But yeah, so it's just, I ended up loving how this came out, this pink and white, shades of pink and then white. This turned out so pretty to me. And then I started working on the finer details of Alastor's picture. I wanted to kind of add something that really spoke of like the character, you know what I mean? Because obviously, I mean, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm doing these 2 separate pieces, and then I'm going to do a piece that is both of them together. But for the main piece, I did want to do like a deer skull, because that's very much, you know, Alastor's vibe. He is part deer. And then I also wanted to kind of add this really bright green as like an accent color that would really kind of pop. It was funny because, you know, it is such an instance of like trust the process, because I literally was a little bit nervous when I was, you know, doing the acrylic pour part, I was like, oh, that black kind of took over. I don't know if I like that. But then looking at it now, I'm like, oh, this was perfect, because had it been straight on the red, it would have looked like, it wouldn't have worked as well, I think. So I love this accent, and it doesn't hurt that this green is blacklight reflective. You'll see later in the video just kind of how cool that looks. So I had like way too much fun with all of this, to be honest with you. All of these details were just so much fun. And then I did decide later to add some more tendrils to it. I was thinking for a minute, did I want to add their names to the side of it? I decided against it, mostly because I just don't think it really was going to add anything for me to, add their names. So I did end up ultimately deciding against that. But, there was a moment where I was kind of just debating different things that I could add to this. But I decided to kind of keep it minimalist, which, for me is kind of funny, but yeah, I had so much fun. I think adding the little tendrils really added a lot. And then, of course, we're going to get to the detail aspect of Angel's piece, which is just mostly, the spider web elements. I'm so proud of how this all turned out. I can't say that enough. I know that's like whatever, but I love how this all turned out. I was a little bit nervous in the beginning. I will admit that, the spider web elements, when I first finished doing the tracing, I was like, oh, I don't know about this. This doesn't really look like what I wanted it to. But as soon as I started doing the neon parts of it, I feel like everything came together and I was like, oh, okay. You know what? This actually works. Okay, so first things first, let's get into the actual art pieces now that they're finished. The first one we're going to start with is Alastor. Now, technically, the reason this is going to be in two parts is because I'm doing the Alastor and Angel one separately, and then I'm going to do one which is both of them together. Can I just say, when I first started this, I really was so nervous. And I'll tell you why. Because when I originally started this is a canvas. I like to, I guess, recycle canvases, let's say. And this is a canvas that I recycled. It originally had a completely different painting on it. when I started doing the acrylic pour, some of the old picture bled through, and so there's this little bit of blue. Yeah, you can definitely see that on camera. There's this little bit of blue, and at first I was like, I don't like this. But then I thought about it, and I realized that because it's like underneath like this, it does kind of feel reminiscent of like Alastor's Bayou and how it's kind of like this hidden away thing. And I'm like, you know what? I actually really love this. And then I decided to add these tendrils here to kind of give the effect of like Alastor's shadows and his tendrils. And then I wanted to do for like the main kind of piece a green deer skull that is also supposed to be blacklight reflective. So that was Alastor, and then we get to my other favorite, which is angel dust. Now, I have to say, this one made me very, very nervous because I don't know if you can tell, this spiderweb design was a little tricky. But I'm so in love with it. It doesn't, I don't know why, it doesn't film well from far back. All of the intricacies kind of get lost. But, oh my God. I love how this turned out so much. I'm so in love with these. I'm so excited. And so this is the two of them together because they are a set as far as I'm concerned. Oh, dun, da, da, da. I'm going to cover my face. That's okay. Oh my God. I love how these look, especially together. Like, I'm obsessed. Now, I'm the sort of person that when I do things like this, I do kind of tend to want to, like, staple gun them together so I can kind of hang them up together. But there is a part 2 coming with another piece to this that I'm not going to show you just yet. That is going to be not spoiled, so you will have to tune in next week to see part 2, which is kind of their combined energy, the radiodust energy. I am so excited. I'm so proud of how that turned out. Yeah, this is the video. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to comment down below, subscribe to my channel. This is the new direction that I'm going to be taking. I really do want to continue making art like this. Obviously, next week is going to be part 2 where I do their kind of combined motif together, and that is going to be, you know, in a heart shape. So I'm very excited about that. So please stay tuned for that. And then after that, I will be doing, I'm debating whether or not I want to do Good Omens next, or if I want to do Fizz and Oz from Hell of a Boss. So I'm kind of debating which of those two I'm going to do next. Oh, and I've said this before, I really want to do the neon blacklight version of Angel and Alastor's outfits. If you remember the pilot episode, they actually did it in the Dad Beat Dad episode, but Angel wasn't in that one. So in the pilot episode, they do like this blacklight song when Alastor kind of first does his little song and dance, and I love that neon look. It's so pretty. I think it's so interesting. So I will be doing that as well coming up in a future video. But yeah, this is kind of the direction I want to take my channel now. I am so in love with how these turned out. Give it a thumbs up, like this video, comment down below, tell me who you'd want to see next. I would love your thoughts of like who you would want to see next, what you would want to see next, all of that fun stuff. And of course, you can subscribe to this channel. You can also become a member of this channel. We have 2 tiers, the Ineffable tier and the Our Side tier. The Ineffable tier, you do get things for when I inevitably do live streams. Maybe I'll do live streams of me actually making these art projects. That would be fun. And you also, in the Our Side tier, get early access to videos and kind of behind the scenes. I want to do more things like that. You can also subscribe or become a member of my Patreon. That's patreon.com/NarcissaDeville, where you get early access, behind the scenes, specialty videos, all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, I am so looking forward to, you know, doing things a little bit differently, but I am so proud of it and so in love with it. So thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay devilish and stay devilish and see you next Tuesday. I forgot how to do my outro. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing right now.